Okay, so let's just assume that, hey, it costs $75 altogether through the supply chain to make and distribute the boots. They sell on average for $225. And so there's $150 profit. So somehow it has to be kind of split between all the companies, including the end user. If you want a pair of boots but you don't want to pay full retail, you might wait till they go on sale, right? Or wait till, a time of year when it's, the summertime when high boots aren't very popular because they're too hot to wear, so they might be on clearance and so forth. So what determines who gets paid what? So who makes the most profit? And the question really is who should make the most profit? All right, so you see here LeBron James, Tom Brady. Whatever teams they were on or are on, why should they get paid the most? Because they're the most valuable. So in theory and practice to some degree, the companies that add the most value make the most money. All right, so Walmart, Amazon, Apple, right? ExxonMobil gas, they make more money. Top, designer labels such as Ralph Lauren and Polo, Nvidia, all right, with their chips. Who doesn't make a lot of money? Dairy farmers. Circuit City, which was the last competitor to Best Buy, but they bit the dust like years ago. Nokia, which never made it in the US and is so much smaller now than Apple and Samsung in global sales for mobile phones. Kmart, hanging in there barely if they're still around. JC Penney, the same thing. So the key to making lots of profit is to add value, because the more value you add, the more other companies will want to work with you, and they'll be willing to pay, what your costs that you're asking for them to pay. So adding value is, another way to make more profit. Right? We pay more for Apple products, real leather, furniture, designer clothes. You got all that, right? Hey, if I'm a manufacturer, Walmart is the biggest retailer in the world, not counting what's in China. So yeah, I'm gonna have to cut my prices. But think of how many people my product's gonna be in front of every day. Think of how many people walk into Walmart every day. All right, and at the same time, you have to be careful. Intel used to own the laptop and desktop computer market with their chips, and they still do, but now they have more competition from AMD, and also the same chips that are being put into phones are now being put into MacBooks. So, you can lose your value as well.